Hi, everybody, and welcome to AITA Pod. I'm Shannon D, and today I am joined by hilarious actor and comedian. You can find him on ABC's The Rookie and Ryan Murphy's upcoming series on the Menendez brothers murders, or being everyone's favorite youth pastor on the famous Upright Citizens Brigade stage. Please welcome my former roommate, Max Hawksford.
Oh my God, that is the best introduction I've ever had in my life.
Really?
That was the sweetest. You mentioned current credits, you mentioned old classic bits, and you mentioned that we were roommates, which is the sweetest of them all.
Which is your biggest accomplishment of them all.
That we survived that, actually.
Yes,
We didn't get any diseases, or like we didn't break our feet.
No, we did not break our feet. No.
Should we go through how the setup?
Yes, the setup. Okay. Yeah. So we lived 2 blocks away from Upright Citizens Brigade, which is a famous comedy place, theater in LA.
Really good description.
And my boyfriend and I briefly broke up 2 years into our relationship. I needed a place to live. And this Max here, he was actually looking for a roommate at the time.
I had a 1-bedroom, but it was so broke that I wanted someone to live in the bedroom, and I wanted to live in the living room so we could split rent. Yes. And I wouldn't have to work a real job.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's called the hustle, baby. That's the hustle.
I know. How much was that apartment?
I think it was 14.
Yeah, and so then I paid like 8, and then you paid.
I still paid 600 to live.
6, damn.
Maybe 5. I feel like 550 would have made sense. Yeah. But yeah, 550 for basically to live in a living room.
Mattress up against a wall.
So during the day, the mattress would be against the wall, and then when
at night
I would bring the mattress down to sleep on the mattress, as one does, and then in the morning we'd put it back up and reset,
and it was reset and back to 1. And it was a living room again.
And Shannon, every night when I put the mattress down, I had to put what was that called? The coffee table
up against the couch.
And every morning, midnight at like 2 a.m., Shannon would have to pee and would what is it called when it happens on the dot every same time, whatever that's called?
Like clockwork.
Like clockwork, Shannon. Shannon would nail her feet on this coffee table, and she would, at 2 a.m. I'd hear, fuck.
Oh, I would come home from being out, right?
Yeah. Or even just in bed.
And in bed, yeah. Well,
coming to the bed, going to the bathroom.
And this was my perspective of it. And I actually wrote it as an AITA. I was going to bring it up, but...
No.
Yeah.
Oh, we have to do it now. Or we can,
should I do it?
Yeah.
Okay. AITA for stepping on my roommate's bed. I, 27F,
oh my God,
live with my roommate, 24M, in a 1-bedroom apartment. He lives in the living room and I have the room. It's a tiny apartment, and during the day, he puts his mattress up against the wall and then at night puts it down, so it basically takes over the entire living room.
Oh my God.
He will block me from being able to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, which I always have to do, because there is a couch, a coffee table, and then his mattress all the way up against each other.
Oh my God.
I have to squeeze my legs in between the coffee table and the couch, which he only gives me about 3 inches to do so.
Like I had the option of making it less.
Listen. Or step over the coffee table, which is difficult when you're half asleep. I asked him if he could please turn the mattress so that it would be up against the wall.
Oh my God.
That it would be parallel to the wall. But he said no, because he doesn't want the mattress close to the front door. So now in the middle of the night, when I go to the bathroom, I aggressively step on his mattress while he's sleeping to get there. AITA.
Now this all makes sense. It makes sense.
So this is exactly what happened. You would put it out.
I do remember this. You described this to me very angrily one day.
Angrily. So he would put it so that the the mattress, his head was up against the wall, and then his feet were near the coffee table and the couch. And I said, why don't you turn your mattress so then there's still a bunch of space for people to be able to walk there, people, aka me. And he was like, well, no, I just don't want, like, I don't like my feet being near the front door. Like, if you come in and you'll step on, I'm like, well, I'll show you what stepping on your mattress is like then. Because I would always try and sneak through this little section of
there wasn't any room.
There was like no room at all.
Step over it, yeah.
Or like sneak my little legs through if you were generous enough that night to give me a few inches. So then I would, and then he refused to turn the mattress. So then in the middle of the night, I would just step on his mattress really hard.
I kind of do remember that change happening. It was you didn't even like subtly do it like wait a day. It was like
that night.
That night we had the conversation, and then that night you angrily stepped on the bed.
But eventually you did it, though. Eventually you did.
I did.
You came to your senses and you turned the mattress.
Yeah, maybe because you just stepped on my legs. Yeah. I almost broke my legs. Maybe that was
You're like, okay, I guess my feet being by the door is not as bad.
I will say, I just think we are both the assholes for not making enough money to like afford a proper place. We're the assholes for trying to live the cheapest lives possible in LA.
Oh my God, yeah.
Without working jobs.
Well, and you literally lived out of a suitcase. You had like a big suitcase at the top of your bed, and that was where all your clothes were. Which like, and half of the clothes though were just character clothes for when you would do comedy.
God.
Wigs and glasses and noses and.
Oh my God, that poor version of me. You know what? You can't, but I will say that was the hustle. That was me doing it, you know. And look at how far I come. I have a dresser. I have a bed.
He sure does.
I have a boyfriend. I have a boyfriend. Wow.
He literally just moved in like last week, right? 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he felt so bad for me because I was living in a suitcase.
Again.
No, I was not living in a suitcase.
No,
but
you had your own apartment by then.
I did. But yeah, you know, I do think people, when they first move to LA, like they start off with like a $3,000 apartment, you know, or they just start off with like maybe not $3,000, but whatever, like an expensive apartment, and then they're like, I can't make any progress because I'm working this job just to, you know,
just to pay this rent. Where it's like you gotta learn that hustle.
You gotta learn the hustle.
When I moved out, I had that same situation. I actually never lived in the living room, but I was always the one in the room. But I oftentimes, I think we're like the third one that I'd done that with. Where
no way,
lived
really?
In the living room, yeah.
So this is a regular. How many other people's feet did you break?
No, they were nice enough to turn their mattress. Well,
what a stubborn thing to be like. What a stupid thing to be stubborn about.
Yeah, it was strange.
Maybe I was just like lazy. It's that lazy not to do that.
Well, you came to your senses after I pummeled you a little bit.
I did.
Well, the other thing too is during that time, so I had signed on like a year with you basically doing that, and then Max and I had gotten back together like 2 months later. So I was kind of splitting my time. So I was like half the time there, half the time with Max. And I was basically living in two different apartments, and I was a sweet girlfriend, and I would always clean Max's apartment, and then I was always cleaning our apartment. And so I was just oh my God, I'm just like always cleaning these apartments of these smelly boys. And my family and I would always joke that I was living in a sitcom, and it was called Maxed Out. And the cover was like you two behind me, and I'm just like, oh man.
Every time you say it, it's so silly, but it still makes me laugh.
And then remember I finally said to you, like, we got to get on a cleaning schedule here. And then I like printed out a schedule. It was like every other week one of us would clean.
Yeah, which makes sense. I also just wonder if I was just so lazy to do anything. Like I had no room. I also was too lazy to not clean the room the non-bedroom that I was sleeping in.
To get a dresser even just a cheapy IKEA one you could have found on Facebook Marketplace. You're like, no, there's no point.
And it's like, I could just do one catering job and pay for any of those.
Yeah.
Like,
wait, our trash can.
Oh yeah.
or lack thereof.
Like I was so cheap, but like these things, it's not like they were expensive. Like I said, I could have just done 1 or 2 catering jobs and paid for a trash can.
Yeah, we had no trash can, you guys. We literally would take plastic bags and hang them from a hook. And that was our trash can. And I remember we used to hire this like really hilarious comedian, and she'd come over and she would help us with she would coach us on our characters. And she like shamed us out of it. She was like, "Are you guys kidding me?
She was so funny, and she was so funny and really sweet to us. And then, but we saw this whole other side of her that was like actually really mad that we had this trash can.
Had this.
She was like all jokes, all funny, and then she saw this trash can and she was like, "No, this is fucked up.
This is ridiculous. You guys can't afford a goddamn trash can." But like trash cans are expensive for what they are. They're like at least $150.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
Can you Amazon it?
Yeah, a kitchen one, a tall kitchen one. Kitchen.
No, there's no way it's more than 40.
No, I'm telling you. Oh, here's one for 30. Wait, but here's one for 80.
Unrelatable. She lives in Venice and can't find the price for. I don't know what the comparison is.
Here's one for 33. I feel like whenever I would go to not Best Buy, Bed Bath and Beyond, they're always like 100 and some.
Oh God, why are you going there?
I don't know. Convenience, I suppose. But yeah, so we lived our grinding days out there.
I mean, we're still grinding, in different ways now.
Yeah, we're a little bit more mature. I always hear people say like, "Oh, the 30s are the best. It's like basically the same, but you have more money." I'm like, says who? Says who?
I wouldn't say like more money, but I would say I'm not living in a living room.
Yeah,
I'm not sleeping in a living room. I'd say I have the same amount of money, but I'm just not sleeping in a living room.
Yeah, you're just using the money.
I'm still
in
just as broke,
now.
But I have a bedroom. Yeah. I have a bedroom and a boyfriend.
Hey, and both of our boyfriends have the real jobs, and then we're just the cute ones that like to play pretend.
Our boyfriends are younger than us.
Oh, yeah.
They're younger, and they make the
more
money
than us. we are living the dream,
and
honey.
we wear denim and do podcasts.
That's right, on a Wednesday at 2:30.
Watch me like take a nap for the rest of the day. Yes. I'm exhausted.
Well, Max here, I believe, has brought in his own AITA. You want to tell a little story, honey?
Okay, yeah. So, 2 things, and one of them I don't think is an AITA, but one of them. So I'm playing. It's a game night.
Charades.
Game night charades with like some friends, and. A lot of these people are new friends. They're like strangers before this. So it's like one person that's friends with all these people, but there are a lot of new friends that are being made, like new friendships. And I do this one charades game, and I will say I did a bad job. You know, when you just like it's just the math in your brain of how to do it does not you don't connect the dots, and you do a bad job.
It's like when you're sounding out the word or something, and you're like, I should have just said.
Yeah, and you're like, but then this one dude starts like being really, I would say, like short and like rude with his comments of like how bad you are doing and how like we're not understanding any and like you can do it in a fun way, you know, like try something else, but he's like being a dick about it. Like he's like, we don't get what you're doing, change it. And then rightfully good advice, but the approach, the tone, it's the tone I'm having an issue. And then after he's continues to like, you know, make these little toned comments on my thing, and then I don't say anything, and then he does it to other people, and he's also like either like new friends, strangers to these people. And I'm like, I was milliseconds from saying something to him, and I didn't say anything to him. But it was affecting other people. Like it was like bringing the vibe down from like friendly game night to like, You know, competitive can be fun,
people.
but you have to like have trust with the friends, I think.
Yes.
You know, like if it's strangers and
Yeah, you can't come in like guns blazing when you don't know anyone.
especially for something like charades, like basketball, I get where you can like, you know, or
Yeah.
like a sport, you know, but something when it's so like we're sitting on a
Charades?
couch.
Yes. And also charades is also like a little vulnerable anyway because it's like a performance in a way.
Yeah.
And a lot of people aren't used to performing.
Yeah.
And so I think for a lot of people who aren't performers like us, they kind of think of charades as like almost like public speaking where it's like
It's a
scary.
panic attack.
A little bit, yeah.
And I didn't say anything. And I'm wondering,
What?
am I the asshole for not saying anything? Or is he like...
For not sticking up.
I should have... Because now he's just going to keep being a little bitch
Mm-hmm.
to all the future people that he plays games with.
Yeah, like he needs to know. I
Like-
mean, I would say because this is someone that's like a mutual friend. This is like your friend's friend, right?
Yeah. New friend, though.
You consider, he's a new friend of
Like
your
we met.
mutual
Like
friend.
we met. Like we've been in group scenarios together, but we never really chatted.
Okay,
You know,
so
so it's like
you don't know him.
we're not like friends.
And he doesn't really know a lot of the other people that were there either. So this was a melting pot of people.
Yeah.
Different friend groups. I mean, why? I guess my first thing would be I understand you're not saying anything because it is an uncomfortable situation with all these groups of people. I would also say it's not really your responsibility to like, you know, hold him responsible for his actions like going forth. But I do also understand the feeling of wanting to kind of be that person that like sticks up for the little guy.
That's what I was thinking I should have done.
Yeah, but what would you have said? It could have just made it worse.
I could have said something if I could have said something like, "Hey, dude, this is fun.
Yeah. Let's make it a little lighter here.
Remember, we're not winning any money.
Yeah.
We don't practice this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not doing it going to our practice groups, you know, to work on this charades game.
Yeah, there's not like life and death here.
Um,
But I guess that could have made it more awkward, but maybe it would have also helped it. You guys had a good night. Like, did you and any of the other friends talk about it after? Or were there like eyes looking around like Jesus?
It was just the shift in the energy. I don't know, something changed. I don't think it was any like, because it wasn't like there was one bad comment. You know, when someone says like a comment that they should not have said, and everyone's like,
Oh boy,
"What?"
yeah.
You
It
know?
was just like, okay.
It was just kind of like these like little, almost like prodding, you know.
Yeah, I have some friends that are definitely like that when it comes to playing games. And I hate playing games with them because I'm like, this is just not fun. Like, you're being a dick. Like, you're a sore loser and you're a sore winner.
Oh,
And
God.
a lot of times they'll be like, they'll call, like, say I don't understand the game and I'm sort of like, you know, figuring it out and I'm playing it wrong for a second or something. They'll be like, you're cheating. And I'm like, hold on, I'm not cheating. I just don't know how to play.
Yeah.
Like, I'm learning.
I know, and I wonder if these people, they don't know they're being like this, or
They just have no self-awareness.
they don't have the awareness to see that they're kind of like, you know, see the grand purpose that this is to have fun and to make new friends, or like, you know,
Yeah.
whatever purpose it is, or they're like, you need to start competing harder.
Oh, they want you to get to their level.
You know?
It's just not enjoyable when you're trying to have a fun night with friends.
Yeah, maybe at the beginning of each game night, where it's the whoever's leading the game night has a speech.
Yes, at
that
the beginning.
says at the beginning that says, whatever the purpose is, maybe it is to compete and it's dog eat dog.
Yeah.
And then say
Because
that.
then everyone can lean into that.
And if you're like, I don't want to
you
be
can,
dog
like,
eat dog,
smack talk
I could
each other.
leave. I could leave if I didn't want to do that. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm not in the mood for
or
dog eat
just
dog. But
I'll sit this one out and I'll go sip my wine.
and then if this person's like, yeah, you know what? Actually, our goal is to get like as either as drunk as we can. Okay, great. So everyone that wants to get messy, like they're in the game, and people that want to say, whatever it is, or like if you want to just have maximum fun, the people that are like, I want to do dog eat dog, they can leave.
Goodbye.
How great would that be?
That would be great. Although that would be an insane setup, though. That it's
What?
like you invite all these people over to your house. You set these rules, and then it's like, if you won't like it, get out of here.
I mean, honestly, I wish someone would have said it that night.
Yeah.
I wish someone would have said it that night. That would have
Just
been
saying.
real nice because...
But that goes back to if they even are self-aware that they're doing this.
Yeah. And my guess is he's not, but if I told him he was, he would have understood.
Mm-hmm. Well, I say definitely he's the asshole, but I wouldn't call you an asshole for not saying anything, but I guess you could have perhaps like
I could have
stuck
been
up. I think if he like
the hero.
you could have been
I could have been the hero.
YTH. But I think if he made an egregious remark towards someone and you didn't say anything, then I could probably be like, yeah, like your silence is violence and you're not saying anything, then yeah, you're allowing it to happen. But it just seems
he never
like
really pushed that. He never really crossed the line. Yeah.
So I would say no, but maybe in the future, yeah, you could just be like, hey, we're just trying to have a good time here. And we're not now because of you.
Yeah.
Because of some people here.
Yeah. I wish I could say who that person was.
We're looking at you and you know who you are.
I don't think he is.
He's not listening.
I don't think he's listening. I don't
Send
think
him
he's
the
listening.
episode.
Okay, just wanted to toss this to
Yeah,
you.
just throw it. Throw it in his DMs.
Yeah.
Did you have another story?
Oh, the other one is so I'm trying not to drink so much on like at night, so I do decaf coffee, and I had this new decaf that I got. And the past 3 nights I've had it. I've had it for 3 nights, and the past 3 nights I've had it, I haven't slept until like 3 a.m. So there is caffeine in this decaf. So
I think decaf coffee always has a little bit.
It has a little bit, but like never the amount that I haven't been able to sleep.
Right. And you've always been a late drinker of coffee later in the day.
Well, I don't do it
anyway.
after 3 p.m. now.
Oh, that's a new thing.
A new thing. Okay. After 3 p.m. So yeah, no more coffee after this.
we record.
So I don't know how to set this up, but is this company that I get decaf, are they the assholes for not saying how much caffeine is in this decaf?
Yeah, they're not labeling it.
They say it's decaf.
And there's nowhere in there that's... I don't know that decaf ever does say that it has caffeine in it, but it does. It's a lie.
Yeah. So
does decaf tell?
We're just gonna we're gonna Google something. So show tunes.
The FDA requires manufacturers to include added caffeine on product ingredient lists, but it doesn't require them to disclose the total amount of caffeine in decaf products. Decaf products are generally truthful and not misleading, but there's no regulatory body testing them or holding manufacturers to their word. I mean, I definitely... Because it says that decaf coffee and tea contain trace amounts of caffeine around 1% to 2% because the decaffeination process only removes 97%.
I'm getting more than 1% to 2%.
Yeah, it sounds like
the decaf I had before was
have.
1% to 2%. This is like at least a 6.
At least 6%, yeah.
Because 3 nights in a row.
Yeah, you're up till
3 a.m.
Oof. Recently? Just these past 3 nights?
3 nights. Yeah, that's why I look like shit.
Well, actually, same, because I've been doing mouth taping.
Oh, no.
Have you ever tried that?
Why would you do that?
Because
that's
they said that there was benefits to it.
Oh, my God.
Wait, it's really a scam?
Well, I've done no research, but my instinct is just saying gut. Massive scam.
Well, are they advertising it to you on TikTok like it is going out of style?
I had one. This is when I knew it was a scam. I had one. I think it was a TikTok or an Instagram reel of Emma Roberts saying, "My new trend is mouth taping," and I was like, "I'm out."
Swipe.
I don't know what it is, but this feels like a scam product placement. No, nothing wrong with Emma Roberts. I think she's great. Actually, I love her in Scream Queens, but I just felt my gut was saying this is not real.
I know. Well, one of my friends like that has sleep issues, and then she also like had a little bit of these skin issues like jowls. The jowls went away for like a month and a half of using them.
Jowls? How is mouth taping gonna?
Because when you go like this with your mouth open, like it what's it called?
It jowls.
It maybe it spreads that skin there.
There's no science behind this.
I know, and I keep looking up what are the benefits of it, and I didn't sleep well at all last night because of the goddamn mouth tape.
And you don't look good either.
I know.
Just kidding. No, you look great.
No,
wait, so it fixed your friends, and it fixed your friends
jowls.
What?
Well, they say it can change the shape of your face, so I'm like, maybe it'll make me look better.
Taping, can you describe what mouth taping is?
It's like a black thing over your mouth.
Yeah.
And it's comfy, like a sticky, like it doesn't hurt or anything like that. And it just keeps your mouth shut. And supposedly it helps to sleep. But I had a really dry mouth in the middle of the night, and I like had to peel it back and take a sip of water and then put it back. But I didn't sleep. My mom said she never got used to it when she tried it. But
your mom tried it too?
Yeah. Should I keep trying?
Did your mom get any results?
No. It's a scam, I think. If you guys ever did this, write in, because I sleep like this, like with my mouth
like a normal person,
fucking open.
Yeah,
that's okay.
Well, I mean, that's
these TikTokers
the world.
Really
that's
got me.
Being human.
Do you do it too?
No, wait. You sleep like this?
Yeah.
I actually sleep really pretty.
Yeah, you are a gorgeous sleeper.
You would know
that. I'm gonna step all over your ass.
No, I just curl up in a ball. I'm 6'3", so I curl up in a little ball.
Small.
I pull up my covers over my chin, and then I get off.
No, you actually are a cute sleeper now that I remember it.
Yeah,
I think you are.
My boyfriend is always like, sometimes I just watch you sleep because you're so cute.
That's cute. I do remember you being a cute little sleeper.
I do.
All right,
love sleep.
I say YTA to those TikTokers that sold me all that shit, and YTA to these fucking decaffers who are not putting how much caffeine.
We're just getting scammed left and right, guys.
Scammed left and right.
AITA,
it's our fault.
Every scam in the world, everything in the world.
And also it really is like everything is bad for us. Like we can't win. There's nothing good for I recently heard that spinach is bad for us. I was like,
Shut
I'm done.
up.
I'm done now.
What did they have to sell you? The alternative?
Popeye knows best.
Dude, Popeye's swinging. He looks good.
He looks good. Have you seen those biceps? I am not going to ever question my man.
You know Popeye's so hung.
He definitely is.
he's got huge he's ripped everywhere.
Well, yeah, especially if he got a sexy piece of ass like Olive Oil. Her lanky ass.
What's her name? He has a girlfriend?
Yeah.
What's her name? That's
she
Olive Oil?
Zero. She's just like a straight line.
Oh my God. Oh no. That's her name? Olive Oil?
Olive Oil, yeah.
Oh God. You know, she looks like, you know when there's those pictures that are like two, like one of them you see an old woman and one of them you see a young woman based on the lines? That's what she looks like. That's the old woman.
And then sometimes she looks like a young woman, depending on how the optical
they base that
illusion.
off
her. Yeah. She always goes, "Oh, Popeye."
Oh yeah, now I remember this. That was a good impression. You got it. Like I
brought
didn't
him
know
right
her
back.
voice. And I'm like, oh yep. Oh Popeye.
Oh, Popeye. And then he eats spinach out of a can. That's all he eats.
I don't know if So was that a show? That was a show called Popeye, and what would he do?
Popeye the Sailor Man.
And he would save
what was his deal?
Or he just flexed for 30
Well, it was
minutes?
a comic strip, I think, first, and then I think he was a sailor that saved. She was probably always in distress, I bet.
Oh, Popeye.
Oh, Popeye. Oh, Shelley Duvall. Wait, Shelley Duvall voiced Popeye?
No. Wait, really? Oh, what a...
Oh, no, olive oil. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Okay. Well, anyway, for those of you that are interested in Popeye, so YTA to everyone
Not-
but Popeye
And Shelley Duvall.
and Shelley Duvall, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Shelley.
All right. Well, is there anything else we wanted to talk about, or should we get into it?
Absolutely nothing else I have to share.
Nothing else. Second story of the day. We have another twin one. We did a twin one on the bonus episode as well.
I'm a twin for the people that
He's
aren't
a
bonus
twin.
members.
AITA for favoring one of my twin nephews over the other, despite both twins telling me to stop. But first,
This person just loves drama.
yeah, just the chaos.
Yeah.
But first, AITA for insisting my friend can't take an art class where my son is modeling. My 43F friend, Joan, 45F, is very extra in every sense. She's outspoken, loud, always has to be the center of attention. My friends and I think she can be fun to be around to a degree, but is often a bit much. My husband can't really stand her. She is also something of a cougar, self-described.
This person's jealous. Just
Yeah,
gotta say this so
immediately
far.
off
I'm
the
really
bat.
reading jealous. Okay.
She's divorced and is always chasing younger men, mostly unsuccessfully.
It's such a jealous comment.
For sure. And her talk tends to be on the body side.
A what?
Body side.
Like she's talking.
Like risque, kind of like the way she talks. Like
Oh.
she's kind of vulgar.
God.
Oh, God. One of the art museums, and we're just mad because we are Joan. We're the cougars.
Yeah, we're the cougar. We
we're
are the
body.
cougars dating younger men
Yeah.
with jobs.
Exactly. We love to be the center of attention. We are
And
loud.
we're
we are
always vulgar. We're just
outspoken.
saying fuck, fuck, fuck. Fuck.
One of the art museums in our city offers classes. One of the classes they offer is a figure drawing class. A year ago, my son Sam, 19M, volunteered as a life model for these classes. The museum had put out a call for models, and since they were looking for athletic types, there was some kind of a Greek athletes theme to the class. He and his best friend volunteered. They dared each other. Sam enjoyed it.
I don't know if I believe in dare.
And they pretty
I don't know if I believe in this dare.
yeah, I think that they just wanted to be naked around each other. He said that it paid pretty well, and he thought that it was highway robbery to just be hanging out and be still with your clothes off for an hour twice a week. Well, even though I never mentioned the classes or Sam's involvement, Joan has signed up for this class. Joan always likes to insert herself in community things and thinks she is somewhat of a society maven.
And what's so bad about that?
Literally. You're just so mad. But
I'm
it's-
waiting for the asshole thing to come out, but she's just talking
so far,
and she is.
She's doing community service.
Oh my God. Supporting young men dipping their toes into new employment.
But as far as I know, she has never had any artistic leanings whatsoever. I think this is just an excuse for her inner cougar to come out and for her to have an excuse to be around naked young men. Ew. In fact, I know that's the case. When she mentioned she was taking the class, I said, oh, wait, no, Sam is modeling in that class. Joan gave me a faux shocked face and said, oh, is he? And smiled with raised eyebrows. Ew, again. Joan has never said anything overtly inappropriate about Sam before, but she has made some comments about him and his friends that I'd consider more than borderline. I would rather that she would not be involved with this at all, or that Sam would not model for the upcoming round of classes. Would I be the asshole if I stepped in and put an end to this one way or another? My husband agrees that it's cringy, but he thinks I would be the asshole if I don't mind my own business. I definitely don't want to tell Sam that he can't do it, but it might come to that. AITA?
Why does this feel like a plot line in Desperate Housewives?
Oh, for sure.
This is absolutely...
This is Brie Vandekamp and Eva Longoria's character. Edie. Edie's
I don't know their
cougar.
names, but I just know this is exactly... This feels like the script of one of those episodes. Absolutely.
sure.
Like one of the hot young guys, the sons, does this.
Absolutely. Well, someone did say that they thought that this felt like a fake post because I guess apparently in those like modeling classes, a lot of times they're looking for like more interesting bodies and not like stereotypically like hot people. But then I don't know, there was another comment being like, well, no, I've had ones too that they like want muscles because they did learn how to draw muscles, and it said they were doing a Greek thing, so I could buy that they wanted some strapping young men. So I think we both obviously can agree that the way she is talking about her friend
yeah,
is not very kind.
Yeah, the fact that she calls her a friend and then says this online is a huge red flag.
Yeah, she's clearly not really her friend.
Yeah, so she's lying on some level for sure, or fake on some level for sure. I don't know how everything she said about her, what's her name? The friend?
Joan.
Everything she said about Joan, I'm like, go Joan.
She just sounds kind of fun to me.
I know. She seems like I would be friends with Joan.
For sure.
I would get naked for Joan.
Hell yeah, maybe she needs to get naked for Joan. Maybe that's the real problem here. Maybe she wants her looking at her and not her son.
I also can't believe that she said Joan the name.
Well, it was probably a fake name. A lot of times they change them. But the one thing I can definitely ding Joan on, if OP is telling the real story, is that she was like, oh, is he? And like, that's
a little
really
weird.
inappropriate to be like with a raised eyebrow and a smile to about someone's child.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not an okay thing to do.
No, that's weird.
And if she really did just sign up to be able to see these young men, like, that is kind of giving a little bit of like predatory behavior.
But there's something about like the story. What's the main girl's name?
We'll just call her OP. Original poster.
Okay. OP has always inserted her opinions on Joan. So like, how are we to actually believe that that's how she reacted?
Right.
You
it's
know,
picture painting.
It's always judged Joan for everything she's. I don't know if that's actually how Joan reacted.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we do have an edit that she explains a little bit more about her relationship with Joan. Shall I read it? Mm-hmm. Yes,
no,
I will
don't
admit.
Read it. Don't stop. I'm done.
We are Team Joan no matter what. We don't even want to know.
I don't want to hear anything bad about Joan. I ride for Joan.
Yes, we ride at dawn. Okay, yes, I will admit I am judgmental about Joan. She is not really my friend to a great degree, but is very ensconced in my friend group, which
ensconced?
Is quite tight. I think it means like, you know.
Intertwined?
Yeah, ensconced. Establish or settle someone in a comfortable, safe, or secret place. That seems...
It made sense until that last word.
Yeah,
secret place.
Secret place. She's intertwined, let's say, in the friend group. Some others do find her equally unappealing, but others find her an absolute hoot, so she is tolerated by the group. Personally, I distance myself from her and will be doing more so. Kind of sounds like your friend from the charades. Like, he's just there.
Except... Oh, yeah.
In the friend group.
Yeah.
2, her cougar status. She does date when she can, in parentheses.
What a bitchy comment.
The way she keeps writing about her.
Like, that's such a bitchy thing to say when she can.
Young men in their early 20s and such. But she certainly seems to like and look at those even younger than early 20s. She has known Sam since he was about 12, I think. That's kind of icky.
Oh.
4, a couple of neighborhood boys went to her house to help her move some things. The boys were told more than once that they could take off their shirts so they don't get all sweaty and dirty. She encouraged it multiple times. I don't think they did, though. The last time our group was together at a restaurant, there was a commercial for the Olympics on TV. Joan commented, I love the Olympics. I've been watching the cutie Tom Daley in his tiny Speedo since he was a teenager. Okay, now that one I can get on board with. He fine.
You know, she seems like she's one of those people that just toes that line comically, you know.
Yes.
I think that would be her personality.
I agree, but if what she's saying is true about the neighborhood boys take their shirt off, that is very inappropriate.
Yeah, that
is not okay. Imagine if the genders were reversed.
Yeah,
that would be so wrong. Like that's definitely giving predatory.
That's true.
And I know that like like with the Stacy's Mom song and stuff, like a lot of times younger men, like boys, are often like with older women and like the MILF concept and stuff, and so we don't take a lot of these like predatory things with them seriously. But I definitely think that is just wrong. I do think that she is like a body woman, but that to me is not okay. All right, here's the last point. She did know Sam modeled, and although she never asked me, so which class is he in or anything like that, I have every belief that she researched it. She never had one bit of artistic inclinations before. I think I would be uncomfortable with this. Like, if I had a son, like, gawk, and a friend that was, like, gawking at my son, I would be like, excuse me.
Damn
that
it,
is
Joan.
So I know.
Damn it.
I know.
Joan, damn it.
Damn it, Joan.
Joan, damn it. Why'd you have to like cross that line? That day, you were fun. And regardless, this woman writing this is not cool.
Yeah. I think she's probably upset because like neither one of us have kids, obviously, so we don't know, but I do think like Mama Bear is probably coming out. Like your babies are always your babies regardless if they're 19 or what. And I can see definitely getting like defensive about this and being upset and frustrated that my friend is like talking about my son that way and wants to go paint him. Like that would definitely give me the ick.
You know, does this feel like a fake post?
I don't know. Who knows?
Have you ever had one?
Yeah, but there's really no way of us ever knowing unless like people, sometimes you can like click on their Reddit profile and you can see that they write a lot of like stories and they always are different ages and stuff.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, this could even be like literally a storyline from a movie.
Yeah.
Or a TV
because it's
show.
so the characters, I'm interested in the characters and the relationship for sure.
Yeah, we love it.
We love this drama. We love this like this clear line that people are getting really close to. But yeah, Joan, I think she crossed the line. Joan crossed the line. I wouldn't call Joan an asshole. I would call Joan she needs to be checked. I think she's got great instincts, but I think she just got to be checked.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't like a nice young strapping man?
Just reel it in, Joan, right? Just reel it in.
Know where you can do this behavior. Definitely don't be like inviting neighborhood kids, which AK, that means they're probably in high school, over to your house and telling them to take their shirts off. That is so fucking wrong. I get that this kid is 19. How about avoid your friends' kids?
Yeah, go to West Hollywood, go to all the go-go boys.
Yeah.
They would love that.
Oh, they would love
Drop your dollars. Joan, West Hollywood would be great for
places that you can do that.
Joan would love West Hollywood.
But, you know, they probably live in like a small town somewhere that this is.
But it can't be that small if they're doing nude modeling.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like a local city or something like that.
A local city?
A local city.
What does that mean?
Like, I grew up outside of Philly, like the art museums in Philly we could like go to, but like, you know, we're not, I mean, yeah, no, Philly had some crazy.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some great go-go dancers in Philadelphia that would like love
to have her come and,
you know, yeah.
For sure. Time and place, Joan.
Yeah, she just needs to see the world beyond her neighborhood.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Well, we have an update from OP.
Oh, God. Joan is in jail.
Joan's in jail. We called the popo. I took the advice of many and just talked to Sam to give him a heads up. It gave him a major case of the icks with gagging sounds, and usually nothing bothers this kid at all.
Stop. This feels weird.
I know.
That does not feel...
She's also being like a little bit cruel about like Joan not being able to like get any dates and how she's older. And oh, well, listen, hold on. There's more to this, that she's being mean. Trust me, he does not consider Joan a MILF. She has no kids, so she's not an M, and an ILF doesn't apply at all. Sam is not interested. He beats the girls off with a stick and is as grossed out by the idea of her as I am.
Wait, he beats the girls off with a stick? What does that mean?
Like, it's an expression of like
Keep
when
him
girl,
away?
yeah, like because like all the girls are flocking to him.
Okay.
OP is kind of giving that vibe of like boy mom, where she's like probably wants to fuck her own son. Oedipus complex.
This reframes a lot.
Wow. Okay. So
That's yeah, it is giving that vibe a little bit.
a little bit, right? So solution. Sam says there are 2 groups on each day. There are classes, and he said that it will be easy to find out the student roster, and he'll just day of swap with friends, who is the other model. They have swapped before, and the instructors don't care. Joan won't even know until he doesn't show up. Smiley face. She'll be surprised but not disappointed, as Dax, the other kid, is a very good-looking young man as well. If she has no ill intentions, fine. She'll still get to draw with a good model. If her intention was just to get a peek at Sam in the buff or just to get under my skin, she will have been thwarted. Good enough for me. Oh, okay, so then you put another young man in this predicament?
In the line of fire of Joan.
You put his friend in there?
I don't.
What the hell? That's
and as
not
if she,
appropriate either. They should, if they were really actually concerned with her, like, quote unquote predatory behavior, they should have probably informed the school, like, hey, you got a little bit of a peeping Tommy coming in here.
Yeah.
If they really cared about that. I guess she just doesn't want her looking at her son.
It's
because she wants the son to herself. I'm joking.
I know. But I also at the same time, I think it's also just like a middle-aged woman online not really knowing like how to share certain things, you know, almost like simplifying a story that is complicated. I don't know.
Yeah,
she seems a little like
giving mean girl behavior a little bit.
Yeah, like I don't think she's aware how she's coming off, even though she may seem like she's being maybe funny or something.
Yeah, that's true. I would maybe honestly go that everyone sucks here.
Oh, yeah. Joan's gotta.
Joan. Well, it went.
I wish we had.
It actually did go YTA, meaning that they thought that OP was the asshole. Let's see the top comment.
What is YTA?
You're the asshole.
Oh, yeah. I would say.
Should we read the top comment first?
No.
No.
Yeah, no,
you're not allowed
of course.
to.
Yeah.
What if you told Sam how you feel and why, and let him make his own decision?
But she did, right?
Yeah, but that was an update. Hold on.
I also like the idea of the friend Dax being like, so there's this creepy woman. Can we switch classes? And he's like, yeah, dog.
Well, he didn't hear about it. He was going to do a day of and just make him do it. He wasn't even going to tell Dax. He was just going to be like, switch with me. That's what I mean. They're like putting him in this situation now without his knowledge.
I thought Dax knew about her.
No.
Dax didn't know, but I thought Dax was one of the groups that like went over and she was creepy with him.
No.
Well,
this comment says, I'm pretty grossed out that you stayed friends with someone who pervs on your son and his friends. That's pretty gross. If it were reverse genders, everyone would be rightly by calling you out on this. So YTA.
Is everyone calling her the asshole?
I think a lot of people are going YTA, yeah. But I still think Joan's being...
Joan, I don't think Joan is an asshole. I think she needs to be checked. Joan needs to be checked.
Maybe talk to her. I would honestly, it sounds like they're not really friends, so she doesn't really have an obligation to like really get involved. Like sometimes I have like friends / acquaintances that I'm just like, I'm not getting involved with your mess. Like I don't care to make you a better person. But then I have my other friends where I'm like, I need to like hold you accountable because I want you to, I care about you. I want you to be a better person.
Yeah.
Like this sounds like this is like they run in the same circles, and it's like Joan's gonna Joan,
but Joan just I think is also unaware that when she behaves certain ways that is not funny.
Yeah.
You know, I think she's probably just like, I'm a goofball. Don't take me seriously. I'm always kidding. She seems like that kind of type a little bit.
I know.
And so I think she just needs to be told like, hey,
you're crossing
you crossed lines.
Yeah.
And you do some stuff like that.
Especially with like the neighborhood kids. Now you're doing this to my son who's only 19, like barely an adult.
Yeah.
And again, if you reverse the genders, like, and if this was a guy that's just like, I'm just the goofball of the group and he's doing stuff like that, it's like, ew, no one wants to be friends with someone.
Are you going to
like
call
that.
her an asshole? Joan an asshole?
Joan? I'm going to go...
Is there half asshole?
We could also do no assholes here.
What if we like call them like everyone just needs like to talk it out?
Max is out here
Let's
coming up with his own verdicts.
Talk it out on the remake.
Talk it out. LTIO.
LTI. Let's talk it out.
So we're going LTIO.
New terminology.
Yeah. I mean, realistically, I don't like the way she's talking about Joan. I think Joan is a perv, and I'm just going to go ESH, I think.
Oh.
All right.
Well, I don't. Okay. Well, maybe I'll join you.
Well, you can have your own verdict.
Okay. Let's
Team
talk
Joan.
it out.
Team Joan. AITA for favoring one of my twin nephews over the other, despite both twins telling me to halt. My 26F sister, 36F, have 4 teenage boys. The 2 youngest.
Wait, sorry. I was not. Can you say this again?
Should I just start over?
Yeah.
AITA for favoring one of my twin nephews over the other, despite both twins telling me to stop. My 26F
This is another scam we're getting into. I just feel this is a scam. We're getting scammed as we speak. Okay.
My 26F sister, 36F, has 4 teenage boys. The youngest 2 are a pair of fraternal twins, Alex and Brian, 14M. My sister has been regularly sending the twins over to my place whenever she needed a break since I moved near her 2 years ago. The only issue is that Alex is clearly my sister's favorite child, and everyone is aware of this. To be fair, he is the stereotypical good kid, extremely smart, good-looking, well-spoken, charismatic. Everyone loves him. Brian is more quiet, meek, less blessed in the looks department, but not a bad kid at all. But
this is how to talk about people, by the way, right? This is how to talk about people.
What do you mean?
Unlike our last OP.
Oh, yeah. Speak with kindness. But I seriously think there's a cruel streak in Alex. When they were both 9, I caught Alex threatening to cut Brian out of their friend group if he didn't drink pee.
What? Mm-hmm. This went a direction I did not expect.
I know. I've personally heard Alex's horrible comments about Brian's weight, looks, intelligence, etc. when he thinks I can't hear them. Brian has also shared that Alex has been vandalizing his belongings and spreading horrible rumors at school. My sister absolutely refuses to punish Alex or send him to any sort of therapist or professional who can help. She says it's just boys being boys, and it is not my place to override her parenting decisions. So I've been trying to balance out the favoritism while they are at my house. I usually ask Brian for his preferences in minor things, like picking out the dinner that I cook for them, the movies that we watch together. If Alex makes snide remarks, I shut it down immediately. But the more I speak up for Brian, the angrier Alex gets. He has gotten to the point where Brian just defers to Alex's preferences and is asking me to get off this so that Alex doesn't take it out on him when they get home.
Gosh,
I get where Brian is coming from, but I just can't let this go. My sister doesn't do anything about it. AITA for consciously treating my nephews differently and not stopping, even though they both want me to stop.
Another Desperate Housewives logline.
Yeah, because they do have twins in that show as well.
Yeah. Being a twin, I have a lot of experience of being, I don't know, just compared. Like you're compared a lot, and people just do it thoughtlessly,
Yeah, like what were your guys' differences?
Yeah, I was very much Alex. I was a dick.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't a dick. Still am. No.
I mean, he's Team Joan after all.
No, I'm like, okay. Go Joan. Let's see. This is... I don't think she's an asshole at all, really. I don't know. It's just tough to be in a situation where right now life is just winning for someone.
Yeah.
And it's just the circumstance, and that really sucks.
Definitely, especially being twins. Like, I think we've had a bunch of situations where it's siblings that are getting compared to one another.
Yeah.
And I'm very lucky that my sister and I just had very separate strengths, and neither one of us, I think, were ever really competitive with one another, and handled it really well. Like, handled that she was amazing at everything and I wasn't. I handled it pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I just never had that relationship with my sister, and then adding the twin thing on top of it, and the fact that it does seem like the mom is really feeding into it.
I know, that's not cool for the mom. I'm not crazy about that mom behavior. I feel like with me and my twin brother, we were just so different.
Because you were like more athletic.
I played sports, and he had like his little group of friends, and they were just best friends. And I like being friends with everybody, and he also liked hunting and fishing, and so we were so different. And so like the comparisons just weren't. They'd be like, yeah, of course you're great at this. Why would he be good at that? Because he's not, it really wasn't.
So it wasn't like one of you outshined the other. It was like you both had your strengths in different ways.
Yeah, I would say that. And so, but I was never mean to him. I was probably more popular in school, but I was never like made him feel bad.
Yeah, or you better like drink your own piss or you're out of the friend
wild.
Group.
That's wild.
How is that not being punished?
I know. I think that's and my mom and my dad they didn't maybe they favored. I don't think they did. Looking back, I think they kept it pretty even. So there was never. I don't think there was ever really any. Whatever this is, I don't even know what this is called. It wasn't this, that's for sure. We weren't best friends, but we weren't whatever this is. I wasn't bullying
enemies.
him. Yeah.
But so you probably got closer as you got older.
As we did, yeah.
I feel like a lot of sibling relationships are like that.
Yeah, you should. I think as siblings, you should go through that fighting time, or like
Definitely.
where you're like, because then you get to laugh about it as you're older.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my sister and I had a lot of fights, but it was almost like every other year we'd like get along, and then we wouldn't, and then we would, and then we wouldn't. But it was. Throughout that all, though, we always did get along, but there was definitely more like fighting during certain times. But I just don't understand why this sister cannot clearly see that what she is doing is actually causing way more harm than good. Like, I feel like she's trying to do a good thing by
like
balancing it out. But now the asshole kid is then taking it out on Brian.
That asshole kid is like divide and conquer. Like he is taking control of everything. They just got to graduate high school and get away from each other, to be honest.
I know, especially if the mom's not going to do anything.
Why? So the mom is sending the kids to her because they live close?
Yeah, just for like an afternoon or something. Oh, here, go hang out with your aunt.
Sure.
And the aunt's like 10 years younger than the sister. So she's like, probably the fun young aunt that they like to go and hang out with. The Joan. And I actually did see a comment somewhere that they said that somebody asked like, would you ever like talk to your sister about this? And she said, yeah, I have. And she says, it's not like he's getting beaten up or he shouldn't be such a wuss about Brian.
It's like that's a tough family to be in. It sounds like one of those like football families, where they're like, you're going to play football or you're not going to matter in this family.
Yeah, exactly.
It sounds like they're that kind of family.
That reminds me of the movie that you were in, Catching Faith.
Oh my God.
Out in Wisconsin, right?
Yeah.
And then I happened to have been in an acting class with the lead of it. And yeah, it was like this total Christian football,
story.
Like that
Classic
type
story.
of family. Yeah. You are going to play football and you're going to like it.
Yep.
We have a comment here. Just because OP's heart is in the right place doesn't mean that they are handling the situation the way the right way. The way you need to address favoritism isn't with more favoritism. It is to stop it at the source. She needs to start documenting all of Alex's anger issues and bullying and present them to the sister as a wake-up call. And if she still won't do anything about it, talk to authorities or people at Alex's school that will. By trying to fight favoritism with favoritism, OP is only giving Alex more ammunition to use against Brian when the two of them aren't at OP's house.
I don't know. It's authorities?
Authorities.
That sounds like
CPS.
Is it that bad? I mean, the piss is. So wait, what is the piss thing again?
He just said I'm gonna cut you out of my friend group if you don't drink this pee. Shouldn't go into too much detail.
Yeah, thank God she didn't get into too much detail. I don't want to know much more about that.
Yeah.
That's God. Is it that bad? I don't know. That's a good.
I don't know. I mean, calling CPS, actually, there was also another comment that asked where the father was, and she said that he was in prison. So, I definitely don't think, getting the law involved more with this family when it doesn't sound like there's, major stuff going on, abuse and things like that. But
how old are the boys? They're in high school?
14. And then she has 2 other teenage boys. So she's a single mom that has 4 kids.
Yeah,
so, I can definitely give her a little bit of a pass of not doing stuff, but I really don't like the way she's calling him a wuss and stuff. That is not okay.
No.
Even if she's not saying it to his face, she's talking about him.
Yeah, God.
I think OP's heart is in the right place, but if you're causing more damage than good, then you need to redirect.
Yeah, I think doing it in the beginning and seeing if that works.
Great.
It's kind of a great thing because it's your
Trial
little
and
secret.
error.
But I think to continue you got to stop what you're doing now.
When Brian has even asked you to stop.
Yeah. Now you got to definitely stop.
You need to.
Because it's only going to cause more problems.
Definitely need to. What are some other solutions that she could do?
God, just honestly, high school sucks in so many ways. Sometimes you just got to get through it,
Yeah. Well, no.
You don't think so?
Yes, you do. But just thinking more back to the fact that the father is in prison, it does put a little bit of a different slant on things, because it could be that Alex is acting out due to these issues that his father's not around.
Yeah.
There is so much that's going on within this family, and maybe. I mean, I just really don't like the favoritism from the mom, because that's where it's starting from. That's Alex thinks he can. It's also Alex thinks he can do no wrong.
Alex seems like a monster. He seems like he's
Golden
in his
child.
brat area also, but
Yes.
in a bad, too much brat.
Too much brat. You're going overboard, babe.
I don't even. Let's see. I think what could she do? What if she the mom has Alex and she has Brian?
What do you mean?
Well, so they have separate times to. They're not always next to each other,
Oh, you think that? I think she only sends them over for an afternoon. I don't think this woman is gonna try and become a mom.
No. I'm not saying separate them, but for an
afternoon.
just send over Alex or send over Brian.
Yeah, I think
and not both of them.
Sounds like she just wants a break from her kids a little bit.
Yeah, I think the best thing is probably just keep them separated, though.
Yeah.
Just not be in the same room, or just so this.
Yeah, she said she has also tried to talk to Alex about it, and he's like, okay, and then never does anything.
Oh, Alex.
So many different verdicts for this, though. A lot of people are saying YTA, a lot of people are saying NTA. I think a lot of people are recognizing that her heart is in the right place, but that she's just really not going about it in the right way.
A misguided NTA?
Misguided NTA, yeah.
Or wrong, or...
Soft YTA. We usually say soft when it's maybe kind of understandable.
I would say get some find a new resource, or I don't know.
It just must be. It really is so difficult when you're not the parent and you're watching it. I've had a family that I had to be involved with and watch from the outside about the parenting decisions they made, I just felt like we're actually doing more damage than good. But like, what can I say? And again, I wasn't related to them, so like it wasn't my business. But if this was my sister's kids, like I definitely do think it would just be like a topic that I just wouldn't drop. I think I would just keep bringing it up. Maybe not every single time I saw her, but like enough where it would be like, hello, wake up.
Or you'd have to just remove yourself from the situation, or be like,
I guess, but it's your nephew.
I know that's really hard, but just know how serious, like, listen, I'm not, like, set a real...
Yeah, like, I'm not going to watch them anymore until you get Alex help.
Something like that.
Like an ultimatum. I mean, ultimatums suck, but sometimes they're necessary. Oh, this one's hard. Well, we're not an advice podcast, so we're just judging.
Oh, yeah. Let's make that very clear. Make that very clear.
If you're listening, we don't know what we're talking about.
We're just a couple unemployed actors on a podcast.
At 3 p.m. on a Wednesday. But I would say soft YTA, because I do think her heart's in the right place. I think you just need to stop, and you need to come up with a different solution.
And mine would also be misguided NTA.
Misguided, yeah.
Is that the word? Yeah, misguided.
I think that works.
Yeah.
Well, because definitely Alex sucks, and I think the mom does too. So yeah, maybe misguided NTA is a good one. All right, let's wrap this thing up. Also, you guys, please rate, review, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, listen to us on Spotify, and join us on Patreon. And you can listen to Max's.
Yeah, I have some sick stories in there, you guys. They're just sick. They're disgusting. He
drinks his own pee on camera.
Yeah. YouTube shorts.
All right. AITA for not respecting my roommate's curfew. I'm a freshman in college living in a dorm and
freshman in college, it's over.
It's done.
You can't care about someone's curfew.
I know, honestly.
Okay, continue, but that's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. He's already declared. And I got randomly assigned a roommate. We live very different lifestyles. I like to stay up late and sleep in late, and she likes to go to bed early and wake up early. At the beginning of the year, she told me she likes to go to bed early and is a light sleeper, and I told her I like to stay up late, and we came to an agreement that she could turn off the lights at any point and I would be quiet after that. She goes to bed at around 9 to 11 p.m. and I often get ready for bed and then lay in bed at those times out of respect. However, there are generally 2 to 3 nights a week, one of which is a weekday, that I stay up and out past this time. I keep the light off and do nothing more than crawl into bed when I return home between midnight and 3 a.m. About 3 weeks ago, my roommate told me that she doesn't like me staying out because it affects her sleep and that she wants me back by midnight. My friends have made fun of me because out of respect for her, I have returned home, except for a few exceptions, left parties, study sessions, and hangouts early to get home. Because out of respect for her, I have, except for a few exceptions, left parties, study sessions, and hangouts early to get home on time. On Monday night, I was out playing board games with friends and lost track of time. I noticed it was 12:30, and out of respect for her, I decided to pull an all-nighter with my friends in the common room. I returned that morning at 8:15 to get ready and shower because I had a meeting at 9. However, I got an angry text later that day calling me out for returning at 8:15, despite me doing my best to remain quiet and even not returning home at an unreasonable hour, as I would have been up at that time anyway. I responded and apologized for waking her up, but explained that I stayed out all night for her and I did nothing wrong. I also explained that while I was willing to compromise and be back most nights at midnight, as long as I was courteous, there would be nights that I would come back later. I got a message last night that she has scheduled a meeting with her RA to mediate, and I honestly want to know if I'm in the wrong. AITA?
Well, OP, welcome to married life.
Oh, ain't that the truth?
This is married life 101, baby.
Yeah, this is cohabitating with your partner.
Yeah, this is a discussion that's not going to just end now. It's going to continue for the rest of your life.
I know. Or when you have roommates and you
real roommates. Yeah, don't have an RA to mediate.
Stub your toe on the coffee table coming in and wake each other up. Like me.
It. Oh,
Yeah, I mean, Max and I have to deal with this like on not a weekly basis, but I guess like
Your
monthly.
Max?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
boyfriend. Sorry, where one of us is out later, and yeah, those nights. I mean, it does kind of suck, but you are gonna have to like maybe lose a little bit of sleep.
Yeah.
Because you are either up late and you're like waiting for them to get home, or like you're trying to go to sleep, but you're aware that they're not there and you'll get woken up. We have another room, so we are able to like sometimes coordinate where it's like, okay, I'll just sleep in the guest room tonight and I'll try and make sure
That's
to be
nice.
quiet. But in college,
no,
this
that person.
is like a 30-year-old shit that you're dealing with here.
Yeah, this is. I feel like even you sound like you've been very courteous. 8:15 is. That's what you
AM.
want.
That's what time you should wake up in the morning anyway. You're mad about her coming home at 8:15. You should be up already,
You
babes.
should be thanking her for getting you up because she came in.
I know. It feels like she was just waiting for
Yeah.
for her to fuck up any time the next time.
This person's just gonna have problems
No matter
going
what.
forward until they get themselves sorted out because like who are they? Some special like high, what is it called, high achieving person that can't like
have little sleep.
I don't know what it's called, but
I mean, they just sound like they're a 30-year-old woman.
Yeah,
because I get that now. I get wanting to go to bed between 9 and 11 p.m. and being upset. If I had a roommate now that was doing that 3 times a week, I would not be happy.
I think part of the issue is that you guys also just don't care about each other. Like, if I come in late and my boyfriend's sleeping,
right?
Like,
you want to be like super quiet,
and you know what? Like, I still get to cuddle. You have to wake him up a little, just cuddle a little bit, and that's really cute.
Yeah.
But like, you guys sound like you're not friends.
Yeah.
You're just roommates. So like,
randomly
anything
assigned.
you do is just probably a little annoying to them.
It sounds like she is being courteous when she comes back.
I do. I would. It sounds like you. I feel like you're the. Who is it? The other person's name, not the OP.
She didn't give her a name.
It sounds like
Joan.
the roommate is gonna get you guys reassigned, and honestly, I think that's best for you.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
You should not be stressing this much coming home in freshman college.
Literally, like, how much of an animal are you when you're a freshman in college? And only 2 to 3 nights a week, babe. That would be me every single night. I don't think I came home past or before midnight. Or went to sleep before midnight every day of freshman year.
You should actually be disrespectful to your roommate in college.
That's actually a rite of passage.
I know, to be a shitty roommate.
Yeah, I was
your
such a
freshman year
shitty
of college.
roommate.
And then you figure it out. And then you figure out who you want to live with and why you want to live with them and what works and what doesn't. And
you need to have like-minded roommates, I would say, especially freshman year or those years that you have a single room. Like, it's one thing if you have an apartment, because I think all the other years I was in an apartment setting where I had my own room, and it was like, okay, whatever, you can come home whenever, as long as you're like not banging pots and pans in the kitchen. But
you shut off your phone.
I know, well, how rude am I? Yeah, this is insane. And I feel like the RA is just going to laugh.
Yeah, the RA is going to be like, you're going to get, how much worse it gets than this person?
Yes.
Like,
you're going to get reassigned to a nightmare.
A horrible person that's just like, not even, they're going to be like drunk off their ass. They're going to have lost their phone, stumbled into and then hit their head on the bunk bed and then start bleeding. And you'll get an ambulance coming in at 2 a.m.
Yes, exactly. Well, we have an edit here. To those who suggested a room change, I would be fine if my roommate changed room. However, it would be difficult for me to move. I have a minor disability, which would pose challenges to moving my stuff, and my family lives in a different state. So while they would help, I don't want to ask them, especially since the school year is almost over. Then we have a comment that says the RA is going to be laughing about this one with the other RA. She cannot dictate when you come home. If you stay out all night, it's not her right to judge. You're an adult and you can do what you want. Obviously, flipping the lights on and being loud is not allowed because you do have to honor quiet time. You're being super courteous and she's being controlling. This isn't home. She's not your parent.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's pretty much it.
Yeah, live out the rest of your freshman year. I'll say that for sure. Go
ham.
Push that person's buttons, whoever they are. I think I would love for them to get off campus and go home, because college was not cut out for them.
No, they need to be like going to a commuter school or something where they can just be
online
living
school.
at home.
Yeah, online school.
Online.
Mm-hmm.
I actually I just can never relate with those kids that were going to sleep that early and like being very responsible. Like that was a very new thing for me.
I get it to like an extent, but also like, is there any ounce of you that wants to be cool? Like any.
Don't you even want to try?
Don't you even want to like be like pretend for a little bit?
I know, like give it a whirl. You're in college. This is your time to experiment. Sow your wild oats. Go to a drawing class where there's naked men.
Yeah. Yeah, Joe needs to talk to the legal kids at that dorm.
Tell them how to really live.
How to really live. This one seems pretty straightforward.
Well, we do have an update. We love a good update. I met with my roommate and RA today. He told her that she couldn't set a time for me to return, but had us set specific expectations for when I return home late, like no opening and closing drawers, turning on lights, closing the doors gently, things that I already was doing, but I will be extra mindful in the future. I told her that I appreciated her as a roommate and felt bad about how my different lifestyle affected her, and would be mindful coming back in. But like the RA said, I would be coming back on my own timeline.
Nice.
We'll see how long this lasts, but it sounds like it's almost the end of the year.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
So
it sounds like that person got didn't get their straight A's, and so they're just like, whatever. They've like given up on like the perfect year.
Which one?
The annoying roommate.
Oh yeah.
That roommate also gives the vibes of that girl that was do you remember that TikTok girl that was like, here's how to deal with a friendship that no longer serves you? I've cherished our relationship going this far, but I think it's come to an end. No. She's like teaches you how to end a relationship
in like a respectful
manner. It feels like that girl. Yeah.
Well, it does sound like you got a few more months together. Roommates are definitely not always going to be friends. Not like us.
Yeah.
We made it out alive.
I think we did. Did we ever have a moment where we weren't going to talk to each other?
No.
I don't think so.
Unless you had a.
It might have been different if you didn't have Max to go to.
Yeah, if we were just living there, because it was such a small space.
It was so small. Because sometimes we would have tension, but I think both of us are type B.
Yes.
When it comes to that. Type A in other ways, but type B when it comes to like something like, at least at that time.
I think we'd avoid it.
Yeah,
I think I'd maybe
just
get
too
frustrated.
Chill. Yeah, you'd get frustrated.
Because you wouldn't clean.
And I was like, listen, what are we gonna,
Yeah, if I had lived there full time, I think it would have.
No, that would have been a different thing. That would have changed.
Blown up.
Yeah.
But we made it. We did it.
Who knows? Maybe next year we'll both be single and living in.
And living together again. Can you imagine?
Or me and Josh will move in with you and Max in your house.
Yeah, we'll have a spare room for you guys.
That would be really fun.
Back at it again. Maxed out.
Plus
Josh. And Josh is there too. Well, anything else we want to say? Oh, well, we didn't give a verdict. Obviously, NTA.
NTA.
That was the easiest one of the night.
Let's see. Is there an alternative? Your roommate sucks ass. So YRSA. Your roommate sucks ass.
And with that, thank you for listening, and thank you for joining us, Max.
Thanks for having me. This was a blast. And
anything? Oh, plug your Instagram.
Max,
and TikTok, etc.
Yeah, Max Hawksford. Yeah, everything's there.
Yeah, and you guys can, if you're in LA, please go and see him at his new character show. Upright Citizens Brigade, which is one of the most prestigious comedy theaters ever. He made it. He's a king. We love him.
I made it.
He's hilarious. One of the funniest men in the world, in my opinion.
Oh,
love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, you left
said bye. Oh, did I end it?
Bye.
Bye. Stop.